Yeah. So why not put energy to like people that are already born?
We should,
There's
but
a
the
lot
people
of
who
work.
are already born aren't being mass murdered by the thousands every day in America, on average.
That's not true though.
No, there's not an epidemic of a Holocaust being carried out on born people in America right now. That is happening to preborn children, so that's why I have to prioritize preborn children.
So no, like preborn, like so we're talking about abortions. There's not nearly as many abortions as there are starving children right now. That's like dying every day, right?
In America, there's about 3,000 children being murdered through abortion every day in America.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is true.
Where did you get those facts?
If you look at the Guttmacher Institute, they work in conjunction with Planned Parenthood, and you can find abortion numbers on there.
Yeah.
And you can find the statistics, and the statistics will tell you that thousands of children are being murdered on a daily basis through abortion. That same number is not dying of starvation in America.
I can find that false. That's not.
No, it's a fact. You can do the research and you can look it up.
I can. Like I have family in the hospitals. Like my dad's a doctor. Like that's not
right. But they don't do abortions in hospitals normally.
And so he delivers babies, and that's just not a fact. They're not dying 3,000. I just want to tell you that doesn't happen.
The vast majority of abortions.
I know.
No, it's true. Look up the statistics.
Honestly, I'm just spending time. I'm just having a good time. You're good.
Like, there's around 1 million kids being murdered every year in America through abortion.
Why does that bother you, though? Like, why is that concerning to you?
Because God commands me.
On you, though.
Well, it does, because God commands me to love them by being a voice for them. In Proverbs 31, it says, "Be a voice for the voiceless." Homeless people?
Yeah.
We should help them. And I've helped a variety of homeless people, a number of homeless people.
I think your energy could be really well spent because I work here. I work in this area.
Yeah.
And like every night there's just an insane amount of homeless people. Like I got attacked by a homeless guy, say because I was gay. And he like followed me and my friend. He didn't know if my friend and I was gay. He just assumed. And like I walked into my work building and he like tried to attack us, but I locked the door before he could do that. Okay. So it's like, it's pretty scary even being like a gay person and just like living my life. Like what's happening right now with the epidemic of drugs and how it has an impact on especially people who are vulnerable is really, really sad. And like for me, I think education is a big part of it and universal health care because they're not getting health and the education they need to better themselves and better our communities. We have to help those in need for our society to do better, right?
So, what is your faith system? What is your religion?
I'm more Wiccan. Like I believe in spirits and like magic and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I believe the universe, like I believe the Earth has a spiritual energy, and we're just a part of Mother Earth.
Okay. So why should we, in your worldview, why should we help human beings?
Because it helps me and helps everyone else in return. If my neighbors are happy, I'm happy.
Okay.
Because it's hard for me to live a life when I know others around me are suffering because it impacts me as well. And it makes my life harder too, and I don't like that. Like, I'm not the kind of person who could be super successful, walk down the street and see homeless on the side and like people are suffering. It hurts.
Yeah, we should care about people because they're created in the image of God, and I'd encourage you to also love the people in the womb and be a voice for them.
I 100% do. Yes.
So you're anti-abortion?
No, I'm super pro-abortion.
Well, then you're not loving the people in the womb because abortion murders them.
But so again, a lot of reasons for abortions is that it's a medical problem. So the babies are either already dead and it can hurt the mother. And then on top of that, there's a lot of like situations where it was rape. It was like really bad, like incidents where it just wasn't allowed to, like shouldn't have happened in the first place. And the womb, the fetus hasn't even become nearly large enough or organs or brain or anything to even indicate that it's a human yet, in my belief.
So you believe that human beings have value based on their physical characteristics?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with like at what point I consider something to be, like a human being. Yeah.
Okay. Because
I think it's also just as important to care about those who are already alive, who are suffering every single day.
Right. The children in the womb are alive, and they're fully human.
They're not children.
Well, they are children. A child is a small human being.
You're not a fetus. You're not a child, right? You wouldn't say you're a child.
No, but
you're a grown adult.
Right. But so I'm saying these are small human beings who are living in the first stages of life. That's the definition of a child.
They're not even a human being at that point.
Well, a human being is the offspring of two humans who have sex together and procreate. So that would be a human being that's created.
Is semen in your ball sack right now? Is that human?
No, because that's not the production of an egg cell
But
and a
you
sperm
need
cell
that
in
in
reproduction.
order to create that. That's the thing. Like even
Right, but that doesn't make it a human being.
it would be the same argument if I ejaculate, I'm killing a baby, which is not true.
No, because sperm is not a human being. They're
But it
completely
becomes a human
biologically
being.
different.
But it becomes a human being. Your theory would that
It
would
is
have
used to
prove that.
create a human being.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
so a
so-
fetus that when they come together doesn't necessarily mean it's already human. It's just starting to make a human.
No, it would be the offspring of reproduction. It would be the product of reproduction. When you reproduce, a new entity comes into existence that wasn't there before.
But that entity
That's what reproduction
doesn't
is.
have a mind, doesn't have anything. It does just like my
Don't
sperm
discriminate
doesn't have
though.
a mind.
Don't discriminate
But
based
my
on their
sperm doesn't have a
characteristics.
mind. My sperm, like an egg that falls out of a woman during her period, that doesn't have a mind.
Right, but it's not a human being. So this comes down to, at the basic level, our worldviews. So in the Christian worldview, human beings have value because they're created in the image of God. Human
So
beings in the womb are created in
so
the
in
image
the
of God.
real-
That's why it's wrong to murder them.
In the real world, without any of the fake imaginary stuff, I believe that people are already hurting is more concerning than things that we make up just because we want to feel better about ourselves. I think that we need to put effort into things. I think you could do a lot of good work if you put your effort into things that will actually help people right now that need it. Is all I'm saying.
So it's okay to kill human beings if they don't feel pain?
But they're not. That's not a human to me. I don't think.
Well,
that's human.
because you're not using like a basic scientific definition of a human being. You're just rejecting the science.
I don't know
You're
what you're trying
rejecting
to say.
you're rejecting the definition of human being when you say an embryo is not a human being.
Why does this bother
any
you so
any
much?
biologist would tell you
Like, why
that
are
you're
you getting
wrong.
mad right now? Like, why?
Because you're just denying like just the basics of reality. Like two humans, when they have sex, they create another human being. They don't create a different type of being. They don't create an alligator. They don't create a lizard. They don't create an elephant.
Yeah.
They create a human being.
But why does that bother you? Like, why is this like all bothering you? Why have any concern for it? It's like
Why?
you're putting all
Because
this energy and
people
effort
are
into
getting
wasting
murdered.
time.
I care about people, and I care about.
don't, though.
I don't want them to get murdered. It angers me when people get murdered. It should anger you when people get murdered. But
No,
you
it angers me-
discriminate against these people
It
based
angers
on their
me that there are
characteristics.
people who are suffering every day and that are like causing problems and are hurting themselves right in front of your face, but you're ignoring it because you're having this weird obsession that has nothing to impact any of us.
These children are being slaughtered, and they are
you a
suffering every
child?
day. They're suffering
Are you
every
a
day.
child?
They're being murdered.
You're not a child.
Why are you saying that? It's
Because-
irrelevant to the discussion.
Exactly, it's irrelevant to a discussion like a
Why are you
fetus
talking
that's
about
not a
me?
child.
I'm right. Why are you
But
talking
yeah,
about me?
Why are you talking about a fetus?
A 5-year-old is not me. A 5-year-old has
But
value, and we should protect a 5-year-old, right?
A 5-year-old isn't a fetus.
Right, but a fetus becomes a 5-year-old, and a
And
fetus
a
is a
child
human
becomes
being.
you.
A fetus is a human being. I'm a human being. You're a
child
human
becomes
being.
you.
All human beings have to live through in the first stages of life inside the womb.
I just want you to
So I
realize
had to live in the womb,
that
and I was fully human then,
you're
just as I'm
causing
fully
more
human now.
problems than you are helping people by doing what you're doing now. You're not-
By helping people not get murdered,
but you're not. Who's getting? There's no.
the little
issues
babies
here.
in the womb, who are just like you used to be.
Yeah.
Like if your mom had murdered you, you wouldn't be here right now. If your mom had had an
But that
abortion,
would
you
on
wouldn't be
her
here right now.
Decision to make that, just like if my father would ejaculate and come everywhere. Like that's their decision to make.
Right, it's an evil decision to destroy the life of a human being.
No, it's not. It's not an evil decision. Well, a human being that's already alive, that is a human, yes. But
Right,
someone
these are
that just-
humans that are fully alive.
not.
They are. You discriminate. You're a bigot. That's basically what it comes down to.
So you're just
Everybody
being-
has to live.
Now
Everybody has
you're
to
just
live
being a
inside the
jerk
first stages
for
of
no
life,
reason.
inside the womb, in the first stages of life. Everybody has to live in that one spot as part of the normal process of growing as a human. So why would you discriminate against people who are simply living in the first stages of life in the place where every human needs to live?
Why? Like, I just don't. I guess my thing is like I don't know your obsession and why you became obsessed with this.
It's the #1 cause of death in America.
Was your
The
family
leading
super
cause of death-
religious when you grew up? Do you have like a lot of siblings and stuff?
My dad was a pastor for a number of years.
Okay. Are you very
And-
close with him?
Yeah, and
So
it's
you
not
guys
just
all
that. It's the Holy Spirit who's transformed me. I've been changed by the Holy Spirit.
So your
and the
father
Holy
is a
Spirit
pastor.
gives you the desire to care about other people and to help them.
So
when
have a-
people are being mass murdered by the thousands every day, of course
not.
I should be obsessed about that and prioritize
But I
it.
promise you, it's not.
Because you're a bigot who discriminates based on characteristics.
No, no.
Such an asshole. Fuck you for that.
For calling him a bigot when he's a bigot? He's a bigot.
Asshole.
He discriminates.
Don't worry about it.
He discriminates. That's what he is.
No.
I'm going to call him out.
Piece of shit.
This guy is brains.
I'm going to call him out when he discriminates.
He's very close. This is all he knows. This is all he understands. So
You're a
honestly,
really sad human being.
It is.
Because I speak up for human rights.
It is very sad. I wish you the best, man, and I hope you find help. Honestly, yeah.
Stop discriminating. Stop being a bigot.
Asshole.
Why are you so angry?